Are you going to finish that croissant? Hello, and welcome to Alex's Animal Kingdom, in which I show you a less ugly side of my face. Yes, today we are here with the Gideon. He's not happy with me right now, but he's going to be very soon. He said I'm a liar. Listen, son, just don't embarrass me in front of all these good people. Anyhow, what we're going to do today is talk about feeding a temperamental dragon. So, a lot of people have had trouble feeding their bearded dragon. And I, in particular, had trouble feeding this guy for a very long time. And he's a good boy. I love him so much. I've had him for 4 years. You're 4 years old? Baby, you're 4 years old. I'm so proud of him. Anyhow, he is 4 years old. He's sitting right here. He hates me at the moment. But I had trouble feeding him his greens for a very long time. It's a typical problem. I just had trouble feeding him. So to do this, I got some advice from somebody who'd owned bearded dragons before. And she told me to try baby food. And because I'm picky about what I feed them, I get specifically Beechnut Classics. And the reason I get it is because if you look at the ingredients list, it is literally just green beans and water, which is pretty awesome. And he's ready to leave, but you're going to get food. Because he's been brumating, he has not been quite as, he hasn't had quite the appetite that I like to see in them. So now that he's coming out of brumation, I am getting his appetite back slowly by feeding him some beechnut. Now there are other ways to feed them when they are not eating very well. This is just my way. I always encourage you to go look at other ways of doing this. So first of all, when you get your beechnut, if you'd like to warm it up, just warm it up for 30 seconds. I warmed this up for 30 seconds. Keep in mind the expiration date for these baby food jars. This one is about to go. I'm going to have to throw this away after this feeding. What I do is I mix in calcium powder in the solution and heat it up for 30 seconds, stir it, and then I test to see how warm it is on my wrist. Just like put a little drop on your wrist, and if you can handle it on your wrist, then they can handle it on their tongue. Unless you're me and you have a high pain tolerance, in which nobody can handle what you can handle. So you just have to be very careful. Make sure you don't hurt your children, because that's abuse. It's bad. Anyhow, what I do is I get my syringe, a clean syringe, and this size is perfect. I usually do 2 syringefuls of this, and I either get green beans, mixed vegetables, sweet carrots, and those are all what he likes. And now I'm going to feed him. And what I do when I feed him is I put him on the towel. Put him on a towel. Let me see if I can get this. You gonna behave for me? Put him on a towel. Now see, he's good. He knows what this is. Hey, show everybody how good you are. Baby. Good boy. And just do gentle droplets. The reason the towel is important is you're going to make a mess whether you want to or not. Make sure you don't get any into his nostrils. Or her nostrils. You could have a girl dragon, you never know. And if you want, when he has his tongue stuck out like that length of time there, you can also put worms on his tongue. That's how I got him to get his worms when getting his appetite jogged again. This could also help if you have a particularly docile lizard. This could also help you feed them better. Get them used to eating healthy. I know, I don't want to eat healthy either, son. That's why I eat pasta. Little Jappy. But yeah, having a towel down is really important because this gets messy. As you can see, it's dribbling down his chin. And not all dragons are going to respond the way he does. He's obviously just used to me feeding him this way. A lot of people will call this spoiled, and I'm not going to argue with them. Getting full. Getting full. Bip, bip. Eat it. And the reason I say 2 syringefuls is he's an adult, and you want to keep in mind the size of his stomach, because you don't want to overfill his stomach. You don't want them to end up overweight. You don't want the problems that come with all of that. You ready, babe? Take a freaking sip, babe. Gideon. He's like, I'm not eating until you clean this mess. You'll just make a new mess, son. So, finish eating, and then I'll clean you up. This is also not only a good way to keep him fed, but a good way to keep them hydrated. Now, Gideon is a good boy because he likes to soak in his water. And I keep a large dish of water in his enclosure because he will just sit in it and soak. And I thought that was weird of him at first, and like snakes, he was just doing it because he had mites or something. Turns out that that was just the way he wanted to do things. And if you want to, you can gently put the syringe into their mouth. Very gently, mind you. He's currently biting it because he knows what I'm trying to do. I'm okay with that. But if, say you have a sick reptile and you need to feed them this way, this is one way that you can feed them. You could do this with carnivore diet. Come on, baby, you're almost done. You could do this with the carnivore diet. He's mad because the cat's looking at him. I'm not going to let the cat hurt you. Come on, babe. Just a little more. Yeah, he's starting to get done. Lovely sound there. Calcifer, hold this. Alright, now it's time to clean the baby up. He's gonna hate it, but you know what? He's hated everything about this so far. So, up and at him. Again, you really don't want to get any in his nostrils. How would you like to have food in your nostrils? I imagine as an infant you put the food there, but not Gids. Not Gideon Randall here. He has 2 names because originally I named him Gideon after Gideon from Gravity Falls, but my parents liked Randall from Monsters Incorporated. So I just said, screw it. He has 2 names. It's Gideon Randall. I mean, look at you. Yep. One thing to note is that when you feed them something like this, you're going to notice that their poop turns the same color as what you feed them. So just keep that in mind. And if you just fed him carrots and he turns around and has orange poops, don't panic. Come here. And now I'm just picking on him. Making sure he's doing okay. Look at your black beard. Look at your beard. He said, stop it. You have humiliated me. How do you get all this mess into your beard? It's bad. There you go, handsome. Are you gonna make it? Have I embarrassed you thoroughly? Now he might get a bath very soon because he's starting to look gross. That's what happens when you go into brumation. You just kind of let yourself go a bit, right, buddy? I love you. All right. But yeah, that's all I got for you today, guys. Thank you for watching this episode of Alex's Animal Kingdom. Send your love to Gideon Randall, because obviously I torture him. Alright, I'll check y'all guys on the flip. Mad? You mad? Yeah, you're mad. I know you're mad. You're a good boy. You're the star of the show. He's mad because I went ahead and gave him the bath. Love you, Gideon. I know you're mad. I'm gonna leave you alone now.